women who have so ably served in our defense. Today we honor them all, including those who first stepped forward and bravely proclaimed, "We the people of the United States."
Please stand for the presentation of the flag. Please join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Recognizing the veterans of the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard. Tables will be set as a way of symbolizing the members of the military profession who are missing from our midst. They are commonly called POWs or MIAs. Some call them brothers. The table is small, symbolizing the ferocity of soldiers along against their oppressors.
Remember.
The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms.
Remember.
The black napkin reminds us of the sorrow of captivity.
Remember.
The single rose displays in a vase tied with a ribbon is symbolic of the families and loved ones who keep the faith waiting for their return.
Remember. The slice of lemon on the bread plate are for us to remember of their brave. Remember. The grains of salt on the bread plate are symbolic to the family's tears as they wait.
Remember.
The glass is inverted, they cannot toast with us.
Remember.
The chair is empty, they are not here.
Remember. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home away from their captors to their open arms of a grateful nation. Remember. Remember all of you who served with them and called them comrades, who depended upon their might and aid and relied upon them, for surely they have not forgotten you. Remember. We remember. It was called World War I, the Great War to end all wars. It raged between 1914 and 1918. There were 40 million casualties and more than 20 million military and civilian deaths. American men and women served heroically until the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918 when it finally came to an end. We salute the memory of the World War I veterans with the music of their time. Themselves. Boys from the Midwest suddenly found themselves fighting the Far East. Teenagers whose parents and grandparents had come to America from Europe found themselves fighting for freedom in their parents' homeland, which did not seem like home to them. Men and women from such hometowns as Tulsa, Miami, Fresno, and Albuquerque found themselves in the trenches of Normandy and Iwo Jima.
World War II raged on from 1941 to 1945 and was the deadliest conflict in the history of the world. Today we salute those veterans with the music of their sad and glorious time. It will not be long after World War II that American soldiers will be called up again. This time in what has become known as the Korean conflict.
But to the veterans who served there and their families they left behind, it was another war to be fought, and then there was Vietnam.
We salute the brave veterans who bore the weight of unimaginable conditions both at war and on returning home. It's never too late to say thank you. So on this Veterans Day, we humbly say, thank you.
In Iraq and Afghanistan, our soldiers bravely served. In Kuwait and Bosnia, our soldiers honored us with their dutiful service.
In places with names we have rarely heard, our veterans heard the call and sacrificed for all. For those who have served and come home, we again say thank you and welcome home.
For those who continue to serve, we say that we have not forgotten you. You are in our hearts and minds. We would like to share a blessing for all our troops who are serving today.
Navy, Marines, or Coast Guard, we are forever grateful for what you have sacrificed for us. Your sweat and tears are not forgotten.
At this time, we would like to show our thanks by presenting our honored guests a token of our appreciation.
Show our pride in freedom's voices. We can be strong. We can be heard. We can share our songs.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you
please stand and show your appreciation one more time for our veterans.